Welcome to Humoranities with Sephora. It's time for me to do my own thing. I've looked around at those in their teens and 20s, 30s and 80s, and I love to see their drive toward a professional goal or a personal passion. From accomplishments in sports to writing books, building companies, raising children, and even gardening, I admire their desire and follow through. I'm certainly not jealous of those people. I've been wondering how they came to discover it, that goal, that passion, that thing. I've never had a long term goal other than lose some weight. I've never had a personal passion. Other than my children, I can't say I've ever created anything. I've been thinking about finding my thing for a long time, almost all of my life. So, what is my thing? Where do I find it? How do I create it? First off, my thing can't be my expertise because I'm not an expert at anything. I have a disparate list of things I'm kind of good at and a long list of interests, so those don't provide me with much focus. There are, of course, lots of things I'm not good at and not interested in. I won't list them here, at least not now, because I don't have much of an attention span, especially for being negative, unless negative is colored by some good humor. Now that I've got a little more life experience under my belt, I think I've come up with the right formula to help me figure out how I can go about having my thing. I've decided that finding that thing for me equals 1, taking what I'm kind of good at, and 2, assessing what I like or what interests me, and then 3, mixing it with some part of a secret dream I've been afraid to admit to, and finally 4, somehow creating something where I weave in the things that scare me because, well, I want to have the chance to learn and grow. Starting with number 1, what was or am I good at? School. I was a very good student. I was good at studying all the things. And now, as an adult, I have a pretty good general knowledge of many things and how they intersect with one another. I'm a good traveler. I like to travel. I'm usually inspired to travel based on someone I've met, something I've seen, something I've studied, and oftentimes something I recently ate. When I find myself with the opportunity to go somewhere, I pour myself into studying the geography, history, people, and language. I'm a good reader. Excuse me, I'm good about reading. I read a lot. From self help books to historical fiction, I must read 10 articles a day related to everything from business to cooking to the ins and outs of the Korean entertainment industry. I also have an affinity for BuzzFeed articles and Bored Panda. Thank you, limited attention span. I write pretty well, according to my 11th grade English teacher, with whom I'm still very close. Is that proper grammar? Anyway, people tell me they like the sentiments I share in greeting cards, or the funny stories and snippets I send in text messages, and even the professionally polite prose of my work emails. Did you like that alliteration? I'm good at thinking, at least I think so. I even majored in political and social thought, so my degree aligned well with my personal nature. During college, I had a summer job in marketing at a small startup. Someone asked my boss what I did all day, and he said, "Well, we pay her to think about whatever she wants to think about while she shrink wraps CDs." Yep, that was pretty much exactly what I did all day. All my thinking results in an internal monologue that has me brooding or laughing to myself throughout the day. Sometimes I venture to share that internal monologue aloud in the form of stories, and when I do, people tell me I'm not boring and funny. I'm not funny all the time, but sometimes. I'm good at conversing with people. I'm an introvert, but a very personable one. Now, on to number 2. So, what are some things I like? I like people watching. I like observing behaviors. Who needs reality TV? Just put me in a coffee shop, museum, or Zoom call. Watching the interplay of everything makes my head and heart content. So much of it is bloody funny. I like talking to others about shared experiences, where we've traveled, what we've read, written, watched, or listened to, along with the random things we think about and the humor of my daily life. I love the arts and humanities. I respect what people create because I find that everything is ultimately a reflection of questions around identity, how individuals relate to one another, or the interaction of different types of cultures. I liked theater when I was in school. I wanted to be an actress when I was younger, but I didn't have the abs for Bollywood and I wasn't the right ethnicity for Hollywood. I never had my own line in any play, but I was happy to be part of a cast. I think I liked being part of a team of sorts and preferred being in the background, or I've told myself that at least. I loved singing. I wanted to be a pop star. I never shined as a soloist, but I was happy to be in my show choir and madrigal group. Again, I liked just blending in with the others. Or I've told myself that at least. It was hard to follow through on those artistic dreams because, if I'm being honest, at 8, 18, and 28, I lacked the confidence, talent, money for lessons, and any knowledge on how to make dreams like that come true. Because, well, I didn't know how to do research, especially online. There was no high speed internet access, and Google was in its infancy. And here is where I reveal number 3, my secret dream. The one secret dream I've had my whole life is to be the voice of an animated character. I do, from all those years of theater and singing, have what I've been told is a very nice speaking voice. It's cheerful, it's melodic, even when I'm trying to be serious. More on that in another episode. When I was in college, people liked the sound of my voice. I remember recording answering machine greetings for friends back when we had answering machines. And now, according to my friends, all that thinking, observing, reflecting, and speaking allows me to leave really thoughtful, lyrical, and, well, for lack of a better word, animated voice notes. What am I scared of under number 4? I'm scared of not being good at something because I've never done it before, especially if it involves technology. I'm scared of being criticized. But I know that when people start something new, there are kinks to work out, and that's part of the learning process. I have to remind myself that I admire people who have the guts to start their own thing, and I'm always rooting for them. I'm scared of saying the wrong thing, not just in my head, but out loud. I'm scared of regretting that I didn't take the chance to create something that is a reflection of the one thing I have that no one else has, which is my voice. So, what am I going to do with all the things that I figured out about myself? Well, according to my formula, when I add up some of the things I'm kind of good at, such as thoughtful monologues or humorous conversations, with something I enjoy, essentially a love of human culture and all it offers, plus an unrealized dream to express myself in the tones of an animated character with some life experience, to the things that scare me, possible failure, embarrassing myself, and potential regret, well then bam, I have my thing. And that thing is something I get to create, my own podcast. Welcome to Humoranities, where we, will try to find the humor in humanity. And when possible, weave in the humanities. Say that 3 times fast. Wish me luck. Thank you for listening to Humoranities. Enjoying the podcast? Please take a moment to rate it. And for more musings, visit humoranities.com and be sure to follow on all social media platforms.